Welcome, you're looking live, Langhorse Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. Before we get started today, we are going to have some Senior Day festivities here, some celebration of the Elmhurst seniors. Many of them will be honored, and all the Elmhurst College seniors will be honored, and we'll get some of their stats and introduce themselves and their parents right up next. It's going to be Kevin Jude who does that for us right now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Elmhurst College. Before we begin tonight's game, tonight as the final regular season home game for the Blue Jays is Senior Night, where the Blue Jays will honor the 6 senior members of the 2014 squad. Starting first with number 14, Michael DeLong. Michael is a 4-year letter winner and starter for the Blue Jays at midfielder and forward. He was named a second-team All-CCW selection during the 2013 season. This season, he ranks second on the team in goals scored with 4 and leads the team in both assists with 5 and total points with 13. He was also named a CCW Offensive Player of the Week earlier this season. He has played in 63 contests in his 4-year career and has totals of 14 goals, 10 assists, 38 points, and 7 game-winning goals. He ranks 8th all-time in school history in total points and 7th in both goals and assists. He is a graduate of Hickory High School in North Carolina and is accompanied by his parents Stacy and Mike DeLong and his brother Zachary DeLong. Number 5, Christian Mullen. Christian is a 4-year starter for the Blue Jays at defender and midfielder. He's played a key part in Elmhurst defense and has allowed just 8 goals in 17 contests this season. He is serving as a tri-captain this season as well. In his 4 years, he has played in 66 contests and his career totals of 4 goals, 2 assists, 10 points, and 1 game-winning goal. He is a graduate of Okemos High School in Michigan and is the son of Julie and Kevin Mullen. Number 1, Nathaniel Power. Power is a 3-year letter winner for the Blue Jays who has served as a reserve goalkeeper for Elmhurst. He has played in 7 career contests and has a goals against average of just 1.19 with 6 saves and a 2-0 career record in the net. He is a graduate of St. Charles North High School and is the son of Cindy and Rick Power. Number 0, John Reglin. John is a 4-year starter and letter winner for the Blue Jays at goalkeeper. He ranks as one of the national leaders in goals against average this season and has allowed just 7 goals in over 1,550 minutes in goal. He has appeared in 66 career games and has totals of a 0.93 goals against average, 327 saves, and 23 shutouts. He has an overall record of 33, 22, and 9 in net. An All-CCW and All-Region selection last season, Reglin was named a CCW Defensive Player of the Week earlier this year, and just yesterday was named a Capital One Academic All-District honoree. A tri-captain this season, he holds single-season records for saves, shutouts, and lowest goals against average. He is also currently Elmhurst career leader in shutouts, goals against average, and fewest goals allowed. He is a graduate of Rockford High School in Michigan and is the son of Patricia and David Reglin. Number 10, Brett Stifler. Brett is a 2-year letter winner and starter for the Blue Jays at midfielder and forward after transferring to Elmhurst prior to the start of last season. This season is a co-leader on the team in goals scored with 5 and ranks 3rd on the team in total points with 13. He was named a CCW Offensive Player of the Week earlier in the year. In 2 seasons, Stifler has appeared in 30 contests and has career totals of 8 goals, 1 assist, and 17 points. Number 9, Andrew Witzowski. Andrew is a 4-year starter and letter winner for the Blue Jays at midfielder. This season, he has totaled 1 assist while helping Elmhurst defense allow just 8 goals on the year. In 4 seasons, he has appeared in 72 contests and has career totals of 3 goals, 6 assists, and 12 points. He is a graduate of St. Dominic High School and is the son of Karen and Jim Witzowski. We did want to mention one more, but Brett Stifler is a graduate of St. Dominic High School and is the son of Pam and Jim Stifler. Ladies and gentlemen, one last round of applause for the 2014 senior members of the Elmhurst College soccer team. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Elmhurst College in Langhorse Field for tonight's CCIW men's soccer matchup. Tonight's contest features the visiting Carthage College Redmen and your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Before we begin, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for Carthage. Starting in goal, number 1, Nick Huftelin. Number 3, Arnaldo Reyes. Number 8, Mitchell Korsten. Number 9, Atlee Einerson. Number 11, Taylor Pignataro. Number 12, Ivan Chavez. Number 14, Austin Bitta. Number 17, Ryan Crane. Number 18, Shane Riley. Number 20, Jamie Townsend. And number 23, Michael Dombrowski. The Redmen are coached by Steve Doman. Carthage enters tonight's game with an overall record of 9-9, 2-4 in the CCIW. And now the starting lineups for your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Starting in goal, number 0, John Recklin. Number 3, Andrew Moore. Number 5, Christian Mullen. Number 9, Andrew Witzowski. Number 10, Brett Stifler. Number 11, Mike Emig. Number 14, Michael DeLong. Number 21, Brad Yarwood. Number 22, Scott Johnson. Number 23, Jeff Kading. And number 30, Josh Rudd. The Blue Jays are coached by Dave DiTomaso. Elmhurst enters tonight's game with an overall record of 10-4-3, 3-2-1 in the CCIW. Our officials for this evening's contest, Chris Coloffin, Arlen Kochu, and Jody Baroni.
So you just heard Senior Day festivities here at Elmhurst College. And the starting lineups for today's game given by the PA announcer Kevin Juday. Now, some Elmhurst College men's soccer on Blue Jay TV. My name's Luke Tanaka. I'm delighted to bring you all the action right here, Langhorse Field. Final game of the regular season for Elmhurst men's soccer. They have clinched a berth in the CCIW tournament to be played next week. Still playing for seeding purposes, and there will be a couple of games that will head into those seeding scenarios today. It's actually a huge game in Chicago. Wheaton traveling to North Park. Both teams 5-1 in the CCIW, so the winner of that game wins the CCIW regular season title. As for the 3rd and 4th seed, well, it's still very much up in the air. Elmhurst comes in tonight as the 3rd seed currently, 3-2-1 in the CCIW. Next comes Milliken at 3-3, then Augustana at 2-3-1. All these teams still alive via some sort of scenario. But essentially for the Blue Jays, win and you get the 3rd seed for sure. Lose, things get a little bit more hairy. And perhaps even a tie, things still could get kind of interesting depending on Milliken's game today. They are actually playing Augustana, so the winner of that needs some help if they are to make the CCIW tournament as the Blue Jays kick off. Blue Jays in the white heading from right to left, and Carthage in the red heading from left to right. Blue Jays controlling in the middle, and it's given up to the Carthage defense. Taylor Pignataro on the far side, and now lifting it forward for Michael Dombrowski. Dombrowski, the leading attacker, and Dombrowski has some space. Dombrowski's taken down, and it's actually going to be a foul on him. So a foul on Carthage's Dombrowski. And the Blue Jays will be able to control in their defensive half. Here's Jeff Kading. Kading on the near side, playing a left back role. Here's Brett Stifler for DeLong, back for Kading. Get a pitching catch from the Elmhurst defense to the midfield. Here's DeLong. DeLong looking to spring the offense. Will look for Mike Emig, and he'll let it go for Andrew Moore down the near sideline. Here's Moore. Right-footed dribble goes a little too far over the end line, and it'll be a free kick for Carthage goalkeeper Nick Huftelin. So let's go through the goalkeeping matchup today. Nick Huftelin of the Redmen. 12 goals allowed on the season. Playing in his 10th game of the season. He split time with Giovanni Mata. Mata's played 8 games this season, and Blue Jays controlling, but it's taken away by the Redmen as we're back on the field. But to Huftelin, 12 goals allowed, as we mentioned, 1.31 goals against average in 9 games played. 27 saves for the Redmond goalkeeper and 4 shutouts in total. Here's Carthage's offense getting started. Lifting one into the box for Dombrowski. Didn't find him, but here's a chance for a shot. It is not going to be taken. Austin Bitta was there. Potentially had a shot to take with his right foot, but ended up losing the ball over the end line, and John Reglin will boot it away. Reglin opposing Huftelin in this matchup. Reglin, statistically and arguably the best goalkeeper in the CCIW. Reglin, just 7 goals allowed this season. Give you a point of reference, he's played in 17 games, 0.41 goals against average. We just mentioned, you heard many of his numbers during the Senior Day festivities, and he's been just a remarkable keeper for the Blue Jays this season and really in all the time he started. Reglin just playing back to his defense, now lifting it forward. Here's Josh Rudd, and Rudd will lose it as it gets kicked back to Huftelin. Battle for the ball on the far side. Eventually, Emig was there for the Blue Jays. Now Witzowski lifting up for Emig. Emig's got lots of speed, and he's not going to quite get there, though. It's the defender, Antli Inarson, that was there. So Blue Jay throwing on the far side. It's deep. Intended for Josh Rudd. Ends up going off the head of DeLong, excuse me. A couple of players battling for it, and Carthage defense will control. Carthage 9-9, 2-4 in the conference. Eliminated from CCIW tournament discussion, but surely wouldn't mind playing spoiler to the Blue Jays' hopes of being either the 3rd seed or possibly even making the CCIW tournament. Sprinting up the far sideline, looking to get that one. I believe that was Austin Bitta on the far side, but couldn't quite catch up to that pass. There'll be a throw-in for the Blue Jays on the far side. Scott Johnson will be the one to take it. 40 minutes remaining here in this first half. Still no shots for either team. Just one foul on Carthage so far in the game. Ball is lifted up high and then eventually found the feet of Mullen. His pass found DeLong, but DeLong couldn't quite find Andrew Moore. Moore was the defender, and he was playing right back for most of the season for the Blue Jays, but has since been moved more into a forward role. Here's Moore now, just blasting it off one of the Carthage players. Stayed in play, though, for Andrew Witzowski. Lifted up by Kading, intended for DeLong, but headed down instead by Taylor Pignataro. Here's Dombrowski, always threatening for Carthage. Playing it back for Pignataro. Inarson looking up. His pass intended for Riley. Shane Riley, and then the ball cleared away by the Blue Jays. Pinballed around towards the middle of the field and lifted towards Scott Johnson. Check that. That's Brad Yarwood helping out Scott Johnson, who lifts it forward. Dombrowski once again getting to the ball, coming back from his forward spot. That one, if it got by the defender, but a great play there by Arnaldo Reyes. Now here's Kading sprinting from his defensive position up the near sideline. Loses it, and Carthage is not able to keep it in. Throw in is conceded. It looked like that one stayed inside, but the referee saw otherwise. And this will possibly be the first chance, as Kading will most likely be able to throw this into the box. They're going to send Yarwood forward. Brad Yarwood, number 21, a defenseman at 6'3", is certainly the target they like to throw to in the box. Big, tall target for Kading to throw to. It's coming in. Yarwood is there. He heads it straight in the air. Huftelin comes off his line and is able to make the catch. Huftelin using his left arm to throw that one towards the far side. Carthage looking to counter. Got Dombrowski to his left. Lots of room. Eventually takes a shot, and it's gobbled up by Reglan. Another save for John Reglan. Elmhurst keeper, 75 saves now on the season, at 74 coming in. He's got 8 shutouts and is also combined with another senior keeper, Nathaniel Power, for 2 more shutouts. And Reglan has played the majority of both of those games in which the Blue Jays had gotten shutouts. So ball with Reglan right now, one of the seniors. Carthage and Elmhurst, always a great rivalry in men's soccer, especially. 2013, the 2 teams actually played twice. And in those 2 meetings, the Redmen came out on top both times. The only 2 losses that Elmhurst suffered in conference play last year. Last year they drew with North Park, drew with Wheaton, and then lost to Carthage. First time it was 4-2 as Carthage jumped out to a 4-0 lead during the regular season. And then right here at Langhorse Field, Elmhurst, as the number 2 seed in the CCIW tournament, got upset by Carthage, the 3rd seed, 2-0. 2 second-half goals. One from Billy Hamilton on a defensive miscommunication, then one by Michael Dombrowski. So that goal was assisted by Drew Leogas, and Carthage came out of here with a win and then almost took out Wheaton, the heavily favored team in the CCIW tournament final, but ended up losing to the Thunder in overtime. Elmhurst has currently the 3rd seed in the CCIW tournament, but that could change depending on events happening both down in Decatur, as Augustin and Milliken are playing, as well as right here at Langhorse Field. A win certainly gives the Blue Jays the number 3 seed. They cannot go any higher than the 3 after losing to North Park on Wednesday. That was really the Blue Jays' chance to break out and potentially host a game here at Langhorse Field in the CCIW tournament. As that throw-in was awkwardly taken, I think he thought he stepped on the end line, and so now here's a throw-in coming to Mike Emig. Emig tries to cut back. Instead, it'll find Josh Rudd. Rudd down the far sideline, doesn't have a lot of help, surrounded by 2 Redmen. Eventually loses the ball to a throw-in on the far side. Kading will jog over to take it. Yarwood will jog into the box. He gives Kading a look and perhaps a couple of words saying, hey, look for me in the box. The 6'3" frame is certainly something that Kading should be looking for. As this throw-in will come in from right by the corner flag on the far side. Just one shot on the game. It was Carthage's, and it was on goal. Easy save for John Reglan. Long, high throw-in coming in. Headed down by Andrew Moore. Now it's Stifler, and it's away by the Carthage defense, and Michael Dombrowski has a head of steam and lots of room. Dombrowski battling with Christian Mullen. Dombrowski makes a move to the inside. Takes a shot that's blocked by Mullen. Nice play by Christian Mullen. One-on-one with Michael Dombrowski. Dombrowski, 10 goals on the season, by far the leader on this Carthage squad. And Mullen, the senior defenseman who has been so good for the Blue Jays in his 4 years, was there. And as that ball is, it's going to be a shot, I believe, off the head of Michael Dombrowski again. And that one was lifted into the box dangerously. Dombrowski getting ahead on it, but it was a nice job by the defender there. That was Jeff Kading, who got ahead on the ball before Dombrowski could do so, and that lifted the ball just enough so it got over Dombrowski's head, or at least too high for him to get a lot on the head, or he didn't need to get something on it, as Reglan will be the one to boot it away. So we'll give you the starting lineups once again. John Reglan in goal for the Blue Jays. He's number 0. Number 3, Andrew Moore, listed as a defenseman, but now has been moved to more of an attacking midfielder role. Christian Mullen, number 5. He's a senior. Number 9, Andrew Witzowski is also a senior. Number 10, Brett Stifler, also a senior. Number 11, Mike Emig is a junior forward. Number 14, Michael DeLong, senior attacking midfielder. Number 21, Brad Yarwood. Number 22, Scott Johnson, both defenders. Kading as well is the left back for the Blue Jays. He's number 23. And then Josh Rudd, attacking midfielder, attacking down the right side for the Blue Jays. Get to Carthage's starting lineup right after this kick by Inarson. It's high. Reglan comes out, camping under it and making the play among traffic. Good play by John Reglan to glove that one. As for the Redmen, Nick Huftelin, number 1, is the goalkeeper for the Redmen. Number 3, Arnaldo Reyes, is one of his center backs. Number 8, Mitchell Corson. Number 9, Alti Inarson. Number 11, Taylor Pignataro. Number 12, Ivan Chavez, as this is Mike Emig. They're sprinting down the near sideline. Emig with a head of steam. Still going, and eventually his dribble is just a little too far. Cut off well by Mitchell Corson, the other center back, opposite of Reyes. So foul on Carthage gives Brett Stifler a free kick to the near side. Emig not happy. He wanted the quick free kick, I believe, to him on the left side. But there's 4 Blue Jays camping out towards the far side of the box. There's also DeLong, and this might be an interesting play. Look for Stifler to hit it to DeLong. Nope, it's going to go all the way by, and Huftelin is going to glove it. So Stifler's cross attempt is gloved by Huftelin, and the Blue Jays' idea goes for naught, although I liked what they were setting up there. Perhaps something to watch later in the game. On that free kick, Michael DeLong was right to the free kick taker Stifler's left, and then there was Mike Emig, who was kind of behind the wall to the left. Check that, DeLong was on the right. And that could be a very interesting play if they try to perhaps get a shot to, or a pass to DeLong to then get a quick pass to Emig, go around the wall, and then end up with a good shot for Emig. Scott Johnson lifts it forward towards Emig. Emig does well to bring it down. Emig sprinting down towards the near sideline, and then it'll be a corner kick for the Blue Jays. Be Brett Stifler the one to take it. Continuing with the starters, number 14, Austin Bitta is a forward. Number 17, Ryan Crane is a midfielder. Number 19, Shane Riley, also a midfielder. Number 20, Jamie Towsend. And then rounding it out is the attacker, number 23, Michael Dombrowski. So with just under 31 minutes to play, Stifler puts his arm up, and here comes the corner. It's towards the far post. It's headed down by Mullen. Moore has it. He'll chip it back out for Stifler. And I believe there's an offsides call on Elmhurst. Waiting for Carthage to kick it away. Here it comes. Lifting it was Kading, but over the near sideline, and Carthage will have the throw-in. Two Carthage players playing catch. That was Chavez and Pignataro. Back and forth, still playing catch down the near sideline. But then gets around one defender, it was more. Now getting up, Chavez goes down hard. Chavez is still down, and it will be a foul on Elmhurst. He is not signaled for a clock stoppage just yet. It will be a free kick for the Redmen as Chavez is still down, seemingly in a little bit of pain. And Narson once again is going to be the one to take this free kick. So lots of Carthage players camping out in the far side of the box. Similar to the way the Blue Jays run, as they will run inside the box now. And Narson's kick is low. It's off the head, I believe, of an Elmhurst defender. It was Witzowski. Then DeLong gets it away, looking for Emig. Nice play by the defense, and Towson to keep it away. That one went over the sideline, and the Blue Jays will have a throw-in. Early minutes of the contest. 29 minutes remaining. No score. Blue Jays and Redmen. Carthage with 3 shots to Elmhurst 0 so far in the game. Just one of Carthage's shots has caught the frame. It was an easy save by John Reglin. As Milliken has just scored. Score update from Decatur, so Milliken goes up 1-0 down there. Something to watch out for. As if Milliken wins, then that would seal up a conference tournament bid for the Blue Jays, regardless of what happens here. So that would knock out the last possible scenario in which Augustana would somehow make the tournament. They're 2-3-1. As there's a foul on Carthage, and the Blue Jays will have a free kick. Mullen will take it short. Did the run up to fake like it was going long. Headed up in the air and then lifted on towards Emig. Here's Mike Emig with a head of steam, getting around his defender. Takes a shot, and it goes dangerously across the face of goal. Sliding into the goal itself, I believe that was Andrew Moore. As you watch at the far post, Andrew Moore almost gets a foot on that one, just a little late with the foot. And so the cross of Emig goes all the way down, and now there's a battle as a Narson battle with Emig. And it'll be another corner kick for the Blue Jays. Once again taken by Stifler. .27 minutes remaining, no score. Blue Jays and Redmen. Blue Jays playing for CCIW tournament seeding. Stifler puts his arm down. Here it comes. It's high in the air, headed down by Yarwood, but out of play. Huftelin will move the goal just a touch, fixing it to be on the marked lines to where the 2 posts should be. And then we'll set up for this goal kick. Despite losing to North Park on Wednesday, the Blue Jays still getting a spot in the CCIW tournament. Elmhurst clinches the 3rd seed with a win or tie in this game. Well, in Wednesday's loss to North Park, Blue Jays fell 1-0, and it was a 33rd minute goal by Carlos Rodriguez that was the difference, and Wesley Woodley did well to keep the Blue Jays out of the net, making 7 saves. As here's a Carthage opportunity materializing. Cross attempt blocked by the Blue Jays. This one lifted a little too far, and Mullen will clear it away. Carthage done well to control most of the opportunities early in this game, calling for it on the near side, looking for the cross-field pass. There's a nice play by Mullen to dive to get that one, but Austin Bitta wanted the ball to the near side. Still on the far side, and Scott Johnson is going to be there. Blue Jays do eventually get possession. Rudd, Emig, and DeLong all over there. Emig falls down, clutching his left leg, but he's going to be okay, it seems, and Elmhurst wins the throw-in. Emig seems to be running off. They're running that off okay. Fell down pretty hard on the far side. Here's Christian Mullen, the defender, ready to take this free kick. It's a very cold day here at Langhorse Field. Probably feels like it's in the mid-30s. Actual temperature, high 30s to low 40s. But you can see the breath on most of these Elmhurst players as they continue to sweat. And here is a sub coming in for Carthage. Number 22, Johnny Rimkus will come in. He will replace Austin Bitta. Carthage free to restart the game with the throw-in. Bunch of players battling for it. It's going to be Rimkus there first. Lots of space. Here's Dombrowski. Dombrowski in the middle, clearing to the near side. Shane Riley putting back for Ivan Chavez. Chavez cutting to the inside, gives it back to Riley. Riley looking to the far side, but nice play by Andrew Moore to cut it off, and now the Blue Jays are off and running on the counter. Here's Mike Emig. Emig just totally whiffed on his attempt to bring the ball back behind him, and he'll go over the sideline. Emig tried to get a little fancy with that one, using his foot to bring it behind using his right foot, I should say, to bring it behind his left foot and spin around, and he just didn't get any of the ball, and the ball rolled over the sideline. Rimkus heading it down, looking for the handball on Yarwood, but did not get the call. Mullen heading it forward. Dombrowski was there. And Witzowski playing to the near side, and Jeff Kading, check that, it was not Yarwood. Playing all the way back to John Reglin, who will take his time to take this one. It's about halfway through this first half, still no score. Blue Jays still with only one shot on goal. Check that, just one shot. It was actually not on frame. It was a wide shot. It's Brad Yarwood was the one to take that. It was a header that went wide. Kading playing for Moore, back for Mullen. Mullen pressured by Chavez. Then hit down by Emig. Kading looking for Rudd. Rudd keeps it in, and Emig wasn't running that way. He was facing the other direction. So we have a minute. We'll go through some of the seniors and how they have, and some of their accomplishments here with the Blue Jays. As Ivan Chavez just toying with Mike Emig there. But now the Blue Jays get the ball to Emig and trying to get it to DeLong, who is the senior we will highlight. Michael DeLong, four-year letter winner. Second team All-CCIW last season. Second on the team in goals scored with 4, and leads the team in assists and total points, 5 and 13 respectively. CCIW Offensive Player of the Week earlier this season. Career total 63 games, 14 goals, 10 assists, 38 points. And he ranks 8th all-time in school history in total points and 7th in goals and assists. That's Michael DeLong. Been a key attacker for the Blue Jays all 4 years he's been here. Playing in his last regular season game of the year, or of his career, excuse me, today, of the year and of his career. Throw-in goes long for Emig. Emig taps it back to Rudd. Rudd tries to put it into the box. It goes off of a Carthage player and be another corner kick for Elmhurst, their third of the game. Stifler will be the one to take it on the far side. Lots of Blue Jays converging near the corner. It looks like they might take it short, as it's just Yarwood and Mullen deep, and they will take it short. Rudd playing back. Lifting the ball into the box was Emig. Down by Mullen and just wide. Very good opportunity for the Blue Jays, as you see on the replay. Ball was thrown in by Emig and then headed down by Mullen, who just couldn't quite put it on frame, missing it towards the just outside the near post. But good attempt for the Blue Jays. Second shot of the game. Both of them have come on headers off of corner kicks or free balls. That was a corner kick that they played short and tried to get a free ball. Now here's Dombrowski. Dombrowski will take a shot to the far post that is just wide. Dombrowski trying to do it all on his own there. Very, very tough angle. As you can see on the replay, just kind of swept across the face of goal. There was another player in the area. Just couldn't quite get something on it to put it towards frame. John Reglan, not 3, not 4, but 5 steps. Then runs up to the ball and boots it away. Reglan, one of the best goalkeepers in school history. 66 games in his career. He is a senior playing in his last regular season game. 0.93 goals against average in his career. This season he's allowed just 7 goals and over 1,500 minutes played. .327 saves in his career and 23 shutouts. 23 shutouts in 66 career games. He's had an unbelievable career here at Elmhurst, and it most likely his last game at Langhorse Field right now on Senior Day. Kading goes down hard. Chavez was the one to take him down, and it looks like we're going to get our first booking of the game. It is. It's going to be on Ivan Chavez. The first booking is a yellow card for number 12 for Carthage, Ivan Chavez. As he took down Jeff Kading very hard, as Kading was getting ahead of steam down on the near sideline. 18 minutes to play, no score. Carthage and Elmhurst. Elmhurst playing for seeding in the CCIW tournament. 3-2-1 in the conference. As it currently stands right now, Elmhurst would be the number 3 seed. Milliken leading 1-0 in Decatur. Elmhurst at 3-2-2 would be a higher seed than Milliken, who would be at 4-3. Throw in one by the Blue Jays on the far side. Kading will come from his left back position to take this throw in all the way by the corner flag on the far side. Yarwood in from his defensive position. Matched up with one of the taller Redmen in the game. As Witzowski plays it back for Kading, who lifts it up and over the head of Mike Emig. Too far. Foul committed by the Blue Jays. Other scores around the CCIW today. Wheaton and North Park deadlocked at 0, 23rd minute of that one in Chicago. Just one shot on goal so far in that whole game. It was by North Park, just one shot on goal. 5 shots for Wheaton, 2 for North Park, but one of North Park's 2 was on goal. This ball lifted forward. Shot taken, and it was blocked. Johnny Rimkus on the shot that was blocked by the Elmhurst defense, and Blue Jays able to clear nicely, and now Kading will take the throw in on the near side. Looking for Emig, it goes off a couple of heads, rattles around, and is given back to Carthage. 13th ever meeting between the Blue Jays and Redmen in men's soccer. Carthage leads the series with an 8-3-1 record against the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays last defeated Carthage at home in their inaugural conference season when they beat the Redmen here 3-1, and that was in 2004. Emig taken down hard. And that's going to be a penalty shot. They're given the penalty shot as the foul was on Emig inside the box. So we'll stop the clock as Mike Emig, for the second time in 3 games, is taken down inside the box, and he will give off to his target, Michael DeLong, to take the shot. DeLong bouncing, getting the jitters out, running up to the ball, the shot, and he scores. Michael DeLong scores for the Blue Jays. It's DeLong's 5th on the season, and Elmhurst is on the board. It's 1-0.
Elmhurst goal, scoreboard number 14, Michael DeLong.
So from the penalty spot, it's DeLong putting the Blue Jays in front. On the foul on Emig. So Elmhurst only 2 shots in the game, but they have the penalty shot and the goal. Ball ends up in the far corner. It's Christian Mullen battling with Carthage's Nicholas Vogel, who's into the game. Nicholas Vogel checking in for the Redmen, playing down the near sideline as a midfielder. Ball won by the Blue Jays, and Reglan will boot it away. So 5th goal of the season for DeLong, and it comes on Senior Day. Now DeLong tied for the team lead with Mike Emig and Brett Stifler. That one went off the arm, it seemed, of Josh Rudd. Yes, it is the call. It's a handball. So Carthage will be able to set up shop from there with a free kick. And this is one the Blue Jays certainly want to defend, as last time a team had a shot like this, it was a long time ago against Olivet, and the goalkeeper actually who took the free kick, actually brought it all the way to the goal from right to left, and it ended up going off the head of one of their leading attackers, and John Reglan had to make a sprawling save in the upper 90. But that one did not even make it all the way to the goal. It was defended well either way. Now this one, similar spot, just about 10 yards in front of the last one. High sweeping kick, Reglan staying on his line. It's headed away by Mullen. Driven by Carthage's Crane and over the bar for a John Reglan free kick. As you see, it goes off the head, and then trying to volley it was Ryan Crane. Just couldn't quite get it down in time to put it into the ground and put it on frame for Reglan to have to save, and blasted it way over. Didn't quite hit it the way he wanted to, but good swing nonetheless for Carthage. Their 7th shot of the game. They have 2 on goal. Reglan's made 2 saves. Mullen hit it in the air. Ends up at the feet. That was Shane Riley once again. Check that. That's number 19, Cesar Garcia. Went right down to his feet, and he took a shot, and it was blocked. Here's a header towards Dombrowski, and Reglan will make the save. So a couple more shots for the Redmen here, putting lots of pressure on the Elmhurst keeper. Oh, and there's a big fight in the middle now. A couple of players go down. I don't know. I didn't see who initiated it, or usually, it's the second guy that's going to get the call, but it looks like the referee's going to have a talking to. We're going to stop the clock, as it looks like referee's going to give a stern talking to and perhaps some cards here. No cards, just a stern talking to. Johnny Rinkus and Brad Yarwood are the two he's talking to. They both tumbled to the turf. And these Carthage and Elmhurst games are known to get a little bit physical. So we'll see if that continues to play out as this contest continues to roll, and now we're back underway. Michael DeLong heading up looking for Mike Emig. Emig's going to try to swing at a shot, didn't have it. Tried to go once again towards Josh Rudd, but a nice play by the Carthage defense and Taylor Pignataro. Pignataro got in the way of that pass that would have been right at the feet of Rudd, right in front of goal. Could have perhaps been a very easy shot. Oh, here's a stolen by Witzowski, and then his pass towards Andrew Moore was too much for him to handle, and it was well defended either way by Mitchell Corsten. Mullen playing up for Witzowski, physically battled with. Was him and Garcia. Christian Mullen runs straight into that clearing attempt by Mitchell Corsten. Nice hustle by him, but he'll lose the throw in as Corsten just blasted that ball off of him and over the near sideline. 1-0 Blue Jays. Coming up on 10 minutes to play, as here's Mike Emig. Missed on the first attempt, but still has it. Emig looking to use the outside of his foot. Still has it. And it's going to be a foul on him as he was battling with a couple of Carthage defenders. And Huftelin will kick it away for the Redmen. Huftelin in the black jersey. Reglan in his signature highlighter blue plus some highlighter green and yellow jersey. Certainly noticeable out on the field is Reglan. And he's been one heck of a keeper for the Blue Jays in his time here, as Stifler whiffed on his little trick attempt and then took down one of the Carthage players. It was Garcia. Mullen spinning and unable to keep that one in play. There's Garcia and Stifler having another battle there, and they're still next to each other. So they've been battling for a while, getting a little physical as well. Nice job by Witzowski to limit that opportunity, but it will go over the end line. No, it will not. Witzowski saved it from going over the end line, and instead it'll be over the sideline for a throw-in. And this time, swinging one into the box. It'll be Johnny Rinkus. Check that, that's actually Jamie Towsend, number 20. He's going to throw this one in. Long run up, long throw. Reglan coming out. Reglan punches it away. Brought down by the Redmen. And that dribble was just way too far for himself. Towson trying to get around Stifler. But his dribble well too far for his own good. And now the Blue Jays will sub. Mike Emig heading out. It's going to be Ben Swanson-Ralph coming into the game for Emig, giving Emig some more rest with just over 8 minutes to play in this first half. Here's Andrew Witzowski. Witzowski took a fake and then hit it off of a Carthage player. Nicholas Vogel. Pushing and shoving going on. Swanson-Ralph wins the corner kick. Thought about taking it soon, and actually he did not win the corner kick. It will instead be a goal kick for Nick Huftelin. 1-0 Blue Jays, under 8 minutes to play. The score holds now. The Blue Jays will be the number 3 seed in the CCIW and will travel for the second time in a week to North Park to play the Vikings in the CCIW tournament. Sprinting up the near sideline, Nicholas Vogel. Has the ball taken away by Yarwood, who plays it back to Mullen, and then up for Andrew Witzowski. Ben Swanson-Ralph will grab it there. Swanson-Ralph, defender falls down. Swanson-Ralph still going, and that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Swanson-Ralph. It's going down hard was Taylor Pignataro, as you see on the replay. First, Mitchell Corsten fell down, and then, boy, it didn't look like much from Swanson-Ralph, but Pignataro hit the turf hard. A foul on the Blue Jay. There's Swanson-Ralph and Pignataro. Swanson-Ralph not very happy with Pignataro's antics on that last play. Kading lifting it up. A couple of players fall down. It was Narson who ran right into Swanson-Ralph, and he fell down. It'll be the foul on Carthage. So very, very physical in this first half. Kading plays up for Witzowski. Witzowski looking for Swanson-Ralph, finding Andrew Moore. Slide tackle, and a foul on Elmhurst. 12 fouls already in the game. 8 called on the Blue Jays, 4 called on the Redmen. And I haven't been keeping track of how many bodies have been on the turf, but it's been a few. Narson lifts this forward. Headed down. Briefly controlled by Stifler. He wins the throw in either way as Cesar Garcia. Swanson-Ralph brings that down nicely. Looking to the far side and Rudd. Rudd with lots of space. Has DeLong to his left. Rudd's pass is deflected. Right back to him. He'll play to the far side. Here's DeLong now. DeLong cutting the inside, and clearing attempt blocked off DeLong, and then second clearing attempt is away. Witzowski looking for DeLong. DeLong trying to get that before it goes over the end line. He will not do so, as Ryan Crane did well to defend that one. And now we'll have a Carthage substitution. Arnaldo Reyes will head out. He'll be replaced by number 16, Alexander Marquis. Michael Dombrowski loses it to Andrew Moore. Moore lifts it forward, headed back nicely and out of harm's way by one of the Redmen defenders. There's the new sub, Marquis, winning the throw-in for the Redmen. Just over 4 minutes to play. 1-0 Blue Jays on the Michael DeLong penalty kick earlier in this half. The Redmen are coming off a midweek non-conference victory over IIT, 2-0. They absolutely dominated that contest. More bodies are on the ground, and no call is made. Instead, the ball will just end up in Huftelin's arms. For the Redmen in that win over IIT, 2-0 win, Michael Dombrowski cleaned up a rebound in the 32nd minute for his 10th goal of the year. Then Ryan Crane scored unassisted in the 54th minute to pad their lead. Carthage, as we mentioned, dominated the contest. They outshot the IIT Scarlet Hawks 16-3. Nick Huftelin made 2 saves in recording his 3rd shutout of the season. This score holds. It would be the Blue Jays' first win against Carthage in at Langhorse Field since 2004. But here's Carthage with the chance to swing one into the box with just about 3 minutes to play. High throw in. Dombrowski almost got a head on it. Now it's going to be shot on, and it's off the post and no goal. The shot was by Ryan Crane, as we'll see on the replay. It's headed down. Crane hits it into the turf. It goes off of a Blue Jay and then off the post. I don't think that could have gotten any closer, as that even hit the inside of the post, but yet still somehow, miraculously for the Blue Jays, stayed out. And on Carthage's 10th shot, we are somehow still, Blue Jays are somehow still in the lead 1-0. Swanson Ralph battling, losing it. Here's Garcia. Cesar Garcia to the far side. With a head of steam, that's Alexander Marquis. Marquis still battling, now with a couple defenders. Trying to win the throw-in, does not do so. Under 2 minutes remaining, still 1-0 Blue Jays. But Carthage's attempt that just bounced off, I believe, the post and the crossbar. A little too close for comfort. Ball goes all the way through. Kading clears it, but it's deflected off his own defender in Yarwood, but then eventually all the way cleared to the Elmhurst bench, or make that the Carthage bench, I should say. Battle on the far side for the ball. Yarwood boxing out one of the Carthage attackers. Then loses the ball to another one. Johnny Rimkus on the far side battling with Yarwood. Less than a minute remaining. 45 seconds to go. Carthage looking for the equalizer here late in the first half. Bounced off a couple of bodies. Ends up back with the defense and now brought down by Johnny Rimkus. Rimkus will hit it back to his defense. And with 30 seconds to go, Carthage trying to get a shot away. Scott Johnson clearing it away, and now it's completely cleared away, as Michael DeLong got a lot on that clearing attempt. Huftelin will put it down and then do it to the near side to Narson, but with 15 seconds left, Carthage maybe with one last opportunity. Headed in the air, then brought down with the chest. The shot by Rimkus is well high. That will do it for the first half of play. So it's the Blue Jays with a 1-0 lead. And it came on the penalty kick shot by Michael DeLong after Mike Emig went down in the box. We're through a half, 45 minutes here at Langhorse Field. 1-0 Blue Jays. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
I was born and raised in Taiwan and moved here 9 years ago. I'm always the type of person that wants to hang out with other people and meet new people. And because the Elmhurst environment, everyone is so friendly, that just make me feel really comfortable being here. The very first organization I joined was the Alpha Sigma Phi fraternity, and that opened the gate out for me to join other organizations.
Playing college football 4 years is very tough, but it's also very, very rewarding. Through Fellowship of Christian Athletes at Elmhurst College, I think has really helped me grow, because I wasn't the most outgoing guy in the beginning, but as my time went on, just meeting new people, I've kind of stepped out and became, more of a witness in my faith. And I think, Fellowship of Christian Athletes has helped that, and I think Elmhurst College has encouraged that.
Elmhurst College definitely helped me grow, as in it made it clear to what I wanted to do. It definitely helped build me as the person that I am now. Lambda Chi also had, a great significance in that, turning me from a young guy, young dude, to a gentleman and to a man. And Elmhurst College, definitely the campus, the atmosphere, the culture, the teachers here, the community itself, it was huge. And I think without Elmhurst College, I wouldn't be prepared for the real life.
Well, I think something I'm very passionate about is Habitat for Humanity. So we fundraise lots of money to go down to New Orleans and just help rebuild anywhere we can. Something that the locals there always tell us is just make sure you tell the story and make sure everyone back home knows that it's still not okay. And of course I'm getting more mature and stuff, but I think it's the whole community service aspect of my life that has really changed. A lot of my friends I met through Habitat, the more you're involved in, the more you're going to learn, and just get to meet lots of people.
Was born in Elmhurst, moved to Wheaton when I was 3 or 4, and came back here for school. I felt that Elmhurst really did give me a chance in knowing what to expect, and it really broke me out of my shell and got me to know people better and to become more involved in general. I have a much broader view, a much greater respect for what else is out there.
One thing I really appreciate about Elmhurst College is the diversity of mindset, both with the students and with the faculty. I had all these constructs of how the world was supposed to work or how the world did work in my head before I came to Elmhurst and before I attended college. And then slowly as I entered the academic world and the social spheres at Elmhurst, I began to realize the multi-dimensional facets of these spheres and how nothing is really as straightforward as you think it to be when you first enter college. And I think that really helped me expand my worldview. Even though we're all so diverse, there are common threads that we may share in our tradition. You find it and it's there.
My Elmhurst experience, it has helped me already grow hugely as a person and be more aware of myself and my beliefs and my values and what I want to do, what I want to be, where I want to go. And I think that my experience here has put me in touch with a lot of people that can help me get there. Even if it is after I graduate, I feel like they're behind me. So I think that that's really a strength that this school has.
Outside of the classroom, I play for the softball team. I am a member of the J-Lights hip hop dance team. And I'm a member of Black Student Union. I know for sure that BSU is very welcoming to new people of all different kind of backgrounds. BSU has helped me to increase my networking skills a lot. It's a small school that can give you the resources of a big school as well as the individual time that you need that only a small school can give you.
I think that we attract so much attention because of the quality of the education we're getting here. They definitely try to bring the professionalism into the classroom. The faculty are incredible and they're still in the business, which is great for music people. It's nice to take classes and take lessons from teachers that are still performing. You know, music is really a universal language. Being in the performing ensembles was one of the great experiences being here.
Being at Elmhurst definitely makes it easier to get involved if you take the initiative to get involved. When I was a first year, I didn't take that step forward until second semester, and I didn't know what to do with myself. But once I took that step forward, people are so welcoming, and it doesn't matter what you want to get involved in. If you want to, they'll let you. And it's with open arms, and it's really easy to, and no one's going to turn you down. And that's what I liked about it so much, and that's what helped me to expand and broaden my horizons with all my different activities.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important, because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know I trust and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
You can never be forced out of your faith or forced into a different kind of faith as long as you're at Elmhurst, that you really are given the ability to take your pick and always have encouragement from your peers, never shunned or excluded or pressured into something else. There's always a place for you.
If you believe you're here on this earth for a reason, that's going to affect the way you live your life. That's going to affect the way you treat your academics, the way you treat your social life, the way you look at your future and the goals that you have. Those things seem like really big things, but all of that boils down to the way you live your everyday life.
We value
intellectual excellence,
community,
social responsibility,
stewardship,
faith, meaning, and values.
Welcome to the cultural season at Elmhurst College. Elmhurst is a place of values and conviction. We were founded by 19th century reformers who believed in human potential, loved learning, and had standards. More than 140 years later, we still do. We still attract students and teachers who want to think for themselves and act on principles, who challenge and respect one another, who engage, serve, and celebrate our diverse, dynamic, interdependent world. A few years ago, to be clear about things, we wrote down our core values. This year, we asked some of our students what those values mean to them.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
As you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know I trust and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
Welcome back, Langhorse Field, the campus of Elmhurst College. The Blue Jays with a 1-0 lead. It's Elmhurst men's soccer on Blue Jay TV. Luke Tanaka here, and delighted to bring you all the action from Langhorse Field as the Blue Jays are in the white. They will be heading from left to right in this second half. Redmond in the red, heading from right to left. Blue Jays only took 2 shots. None of them were on goal in the first half. But Mike Emig was taken down in the penalty area, and Michael DeLong was able to put home his 5th goal of the season. Second in a row that's come off of a penalty kick as the Blue Jays took a 1-0 lead, and that score is held. And Carthage had a really good opportunity late in that first half as we are back underway here at Langhorse Field. Carthage with the ball moving from right to left. And really just a great opportunity for Carthage as the ball skipped back towards Ryan Crane, and he drove the ball straight into the ground. It bounced a couple of times and then ended up going off the post and the crossbar, and even the inside of the post and the crossbar, but stayed out of the net. So Carthage's best chance to equalize was then. Just about the 40th minute that one came about. But still a 1-goal Blue Jay lead. 1-0 they lead heading into this second half. This is Mike Emig on the far side. Emig trying to get around his defender, falls down and is fouled just outside the penalty area. And another card. Number 9. Ansley and Narson is going to be the guilty party on that yellow card. Back into play as the free kick comes in. It's shot again, and it's a goal. Josh Rudd. Josh Rudd scores as it deflected off a Carthage player right back to his foot, and the Blue Jays have a 2-0 lead. For Rudd, it's his 3rd on the year. There's also a couple of assists it was Brad Yarwood, and then we believe there will be a second assist for the free kick taker, who should be Jeff Kading. It's Kading, the normal person to take the free kicks for the Blue Jays. And we also had some extracurricular activities after that last little play, and it'll be another yellow card. This time, Johnny Rimkus is going to be the guilty party with that yellow card. So 3 yellow cards for Carthage so far. As this ball is played back to the defense, trying to shake Michael DeLong and clear the ball. He does that well, but not quite all the way out. Here's Stifler playing out for Rudd. Rudd lifting it towards the box and into the hands of Nick Huftelin.
Last Elmhurst goal scored by number 30, Josh Rudd. Assisted by number 21, Brad Yardwood, and number 23, Jeff Kading.
So the Blue Jays 2-0 lead now, much more comfortable as they look to clinch the 3rd seed in the CCIW tournament with a win. Rudd whiffs on it and then eventually clears it away with actually his right foot. He whiffed with the left foot. So the Blue Jays out in front. Give the assist to Kading and Yarwood. Here's Carthage trying to get back on the scoreboard. Austin Bitta. Here's Bitta once again, lifting one towards the box. Reglan is camping under it, and he's got it. Easy play for John Reglan as Bitta just kind of lifted it up, probably hoping to find the awaiting head of Michael Dombrowski. But instead, he found the awaiting arms of John Reglan. 2-0 Blue Jays early in this second half, and that second goal gives some nice added cushion for Elmhurst, trying to clinch the 3rd seed in the CCIW tournament next week. They could face either Wheaton or North Park at this point. That score is still tied at 0. They're in the 52nd minute. As this ball, dangerously put into the middle by Carthage, now lifted up and towards Reglan, but Reglan once again able to make that play. Jamie Towson was there to lift the kick into the box, but unable to do anything with it was John Reglan. And checking in on Reglan was Earthen Callaghan. He is newly checked into the game as a forward for Carthage. Here's Carthage controlling up the near side. A pass intercepted by Yarwood. Dombrowski wasn't very happy with the pass. Dombrowski really hasn't been able to get going. The Carthage main attacker, 10 goals on the season, just hasn't really been able to get the ball that he needs to get some open space and perhaps a shot at the goal. He does lead the team with 4 shots, but just one of them has found the frame. Here is Dombrowski on the far side. Giving off, and then the pass, the give and go pass is deflected out of bounds. Far side, Pignataro now controlling. Heading off to his teammate. Intercepted by Witzowski, and now the Elmhurst will look to counter. Here's Mike Emig sprinting up the far sideline, but a nice play by the Carthage defense. They were able to control. Brett Stifler. And lifting it up is Kading. But right back down to Carthage, and Carthage showing a lot of pressure early in this second half. Minus the goal for the Blue Jays, they haven't really had much possession. Here's Dombrowski. He's going to take a shot that's high. Nope, it's not Dombrowski. Check that. It's Nicholas Vogel. As the pass was beautifully played. It was Dombrowski who sprung Vogel. Beautifully placed pass by Dombrowski. Went right down to the feet of Vogel, who volleyed a shot that was just a bit too high. So once again, a nice play for Carthage setting up the offense. It ends up being setting up through Dombrowski instead of Dombrowski scoring. And Vogel just could not bring it down far enough, as he had plenty of leg on it, just a little too high. Emig briefly tripped up. Defended by Pignataro. And Carthage controlling with their defense. Perhaps looking to spring another attack. Dombrowski's calling for it to be played to the far sideline. It was, but it was picked off by Jeff Kading. Kading lifting it forward for Mike Emig. It goes off of his back, but he's able to play it. Emig, with a couple of defenders converging, looks to pass off to Jeff Kading, but instead it's taken away. The Blue Jays will have a throw-in on the far side. Kading looking to take it. Yarwood goes into the box, expecting to receive one in the middle. Score update from Chicago. 56th minute, still no score between Wheaton and North Park. If that ends up in a draw, Elmhurst will travel to Chicago to play North Park, as this one's played short. Ball lifted into the box dangerously. Huftelin's not going to get there, but it's going to be headed up by the defense and then swung at by Emig, and then it's a goal scored by Brad Yarwood. Unassisted Yarwood, as the ball went off of Emig and then he whiffed, and then it ended up in at Yarwood's foot, and Yarwood put it in. Unassisted Brad Yarwood. Yarwood's second of the year gives the Blue Jays a ever more comfortable an ever more comfortable 3-0 lead. .46-45 remaining in the game, and the Blue Jays have a comfortable 3-0 lead, looking to clinch the third seed in the CCIW tournament.
Elmhurst goal, score by number 21, Brad Yarwood.
Arnaldo Reyes will place the ball down, looking to lift this one into the box, perhaps get Carthage on the scoreboard. And that's a huge momentum swing for these two teams in this game. As Reyes' ball is lifted into the box, Regland coming off his line is able to punch it away. Comes down, into the box it goes, and it screams across the face of goal, but is eventually all the way over the near sideline. Now there's a shot that's ripped by Dombrowski and is gobbled up by Reglan very easily. So 3-0 Blue Jays as they've really broken it open. And we like to say one more time, as I was mentioning before, Reyes' free kick, huge momentum swing for this game. As down goes Crane, tripped up by Witzowski. But really, if you think about it, Carthage had a really good opportunity as Nicholas Vogel hit a shot that went just high, but it was a beautiful ball in by Michael Dombrowski over the defense. All Vogel had to do was volley it somewhere on frame, and it probably goes in, and instead, his shot misses, and then just about a minute later, Elmhurst scores their second goal. So instead of it being 2-1, it's 3-0. So the Blue Jays comfortable and looking to beat Carthage at Langhorse Field for the first time since 2004. And it's been, I'd say, a lot less physical so far in the first 10 minutes of this second half as it was in the first half. We had bodies flying everywhere in the first half. As here's Carthage controlling on the far side, looking to get on the board. Vogel sliding, couldn't keep possession. He lost it to Stifler. That was J.D. Garnett who was trying to control it for the Blue Jays on the far side. He's come in as an attacker, replacing Mike Emig. After the Blue Jays' third goal, deciding to start. Head coach Dave DiTomaso deciding to go towards the bench now. Here is Garnett on the far side. Left-footed shot is off of a Carthage defender. Looks like in a region that is not too fun. But he seems to be okay. And Brett Stifler will be the one to take this corner. 3-0 Blue Jays. 33 minutes and change to go in the game. Corner kick is taken short. Here's a ball into the box. Deflected off a Carthage player. Mullen is still there battling. And he wins the ball to a Elmhurst throw-in. Throw-in's taken short to Andrew Moore. Moore lifting it towards the box. Tried to get a head on it was Josh Rudd, but he could not, and Stifler will track it down in the near corner. Stifler looking to win possibly another corner, perhaps just get through, and it's a really physical battle between Stifler and number 20, Jamie Towson, and eventually Towson's going to get the benefit of the call. There'll be a foul on Stifler. But a comfortable 3-0 advantage for the Blue Jays. 2 goals, just 7 minutes apart. 47th minute goal, Josh Rudd. Deflection came to him and he just hammered it right home. Then 53rd minute, Brad Yarwood, his second of the season. Emig whiffed on the ball and ended up going right to the feet of Yarwood, who blasted that one home from short range. Foul committed by Carthage and Christian Mullen. Raised his hand and put us back into play with a long free kick intended for J.D. Garnett, but did not find him. Headed down towards Dombrowski. Dombrowski looking to start the offense for Carthage to the far side. This is Vogel. Passing back towards Ryan Crane. Dombrowski once again, this time on the far side. Lifting one of the boxes, Carthage. Couple of heads there. It's headed on by Kagelin. into the awaiting arms of John Reglan. The shot would have been wide either way, but Reglan decided to play it before it went out. Booted away by Reglan towards Scott Johnson. Johnson forward. Kevin Dombrowski is there. Dombrowski, the brother of Michael Dombrowski, the forward. That one's taken away. Vogel on the far side with lots of options. Vogel cutting towards the inside, takes a left-footed shot that just dribbles towards John Reglan. Boy, I thought Vogel had a lot more offense to play on that one. He had 3 more of his teammates streaking down the middle of the field and instead just decided to take a low line drive shot from 20 yards out and 25 yards out at that. Interesting, as I think I would have liked to see another pass taken, possibly a couple passes taken before that shot if I was the Carthage coaching staff. New sub in for the Blue Jays. Playing in the left mid role. We'll get a name as soon as we can. And another sub for Carthage this time. Jamie Towson will head out. He'll be replaced by number 27, Tristan Panic. As here's Elmhurst controlling on the near side. DeLong looking to spring some offense, and now DeLong has the ball anyway. DeLong tried to cut back. I'm not sure why. He had lots of open space in front of him, but instead tried to cut back, and he cut back right into the Carthage defense. And now here's Michael Dombrowski with a head of steam, but Christian Mullen's going to get there first. Nice play by Mullen defensively. But his clearing attempt is not very convincing. Here's Dombrowski heading towards the middle. Mullen trying to make amends for his lack clearing attempt, and he does by getting the ball away from Dombrowski. By the way, the substitution for Elmhurst is actually number 18, Jordan Fletcher. Carthage keeping lots of possession in Elmhurst's defensive half, but just hasn't been able to finish on the goal. And I'm going to keep going back to that one shot that Nicholas Vogel had. Vogel had a ball beautifully played to him by Michael Dombrowski, right to his foot. And Vogel, really all he could do was volley it. He volleyed it, but he volleyed it straight over the bar. And if that one goes in, it's 2-1 Elmhurst. And perhaps a big momentum swing there. Instead, a minute later, Elmhurst gets their 3rd goal. And now the Blue Jays well in command, well in control, 3-0. Well played by Ronaldo Reyes on the near side. Gets by a couple of defenders. Has Dombrowski in the middle. Still going. Trying to find Dombrowski. Dombrowski's touch is way too far for him as Dombrowski goes down hard. And all it is a goal kick for John Reglan. Dombrowski did go down hard. We'll see on the replay what happened. It was Yarwood who kind of put a little body on him. It wasn't much, but Dombrowski went down in a heap. And referee wanted none of it. Just giving the goal kick to John Reglan. 26 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second half. 3-0 Blue Jays as they look to clinch the number 3 seed in the CCIW tournament. Still no score in Chicago. 68th minute there. If that score holds, the Blue Jays will travel to Chicago, play North Park in the first round of the CCIW tournament next weekend. But first, here's Carthage with an opportunity. And that looks like it'll be a corner. Yarwood was there defending. It was number 6, Stefano Dolomas, who was also into the game for the Redmen. Arnaldo Reyes, the one to take the corner. Here it comes. High towards the far post, almost headed by Kevin Dombrowski. Lifted back into the box again, Kevin Dombrowski with the header. Now the shot is taken by Dolomas, but it's easily saved by Reglin. You see the ball's lifted into the box. Dombrowski whiffs on the header, but Dolomas is there to take a shot. Easy save for the Elmhurst keeper. Only one shot has really tested Reglin in this game. I suppose two, but one of them missed the frame. One in the first half that actually got by Reglin, went off the post, went off the crossbar, and somehow stayed out of the goal. I think if a couple bounces go Carthage's way, we could be sitting 2-2 or 3-2 or something of that nature at this point, as Carthage has had many opportunities. 16 shots, 6 of them on goal, but all 6 saved by John Reglin. Dolomas lifting it into the box for Dombrowski, couldn't quite find him. And a foul just outside of the box. It'll be a straight on free kick just outside the half circle attached to the box. 22 yards out. And this is going to be very interesting to see how Carthage attacks this one, as Elmhurst will set up the wall. Referee will back up that wall a couple of yards. And it's Michael Dombrowski over it. Along with him, Taylor Pignataro. Whistle blows. Here's Dombrowski. He takes a shot, and it's saved by Reglin over the bar. John Reglin on senior day has been as brilliant as he always is. Dombrowski just ripping the shot. It had some curl and some dip to it. Definitely would have gone in if Reglin didn't get a hand on it. But the corner comes in. Dolomas was the one to take the corner, and ball is cleared by the Blue Jays nicely. Couple of subs coming in. J.D. Garnett will head out for the Blue Jays. Mike Emig back into the game. And Nick Fetchy seeing his first action of the contest. For Carthage, it's going to be Cale Brown seeing his first opportunity to play in this game, replacing number 10, Ethan Cagelin. That ball lifted high and away. It's Emig up there being the lone attacker, but now an opportunity for the Blue Jays. It couldn't hit Rudd in stride, but Rudd has it. Rudd looking for Mike Emig. Ball's going to go all the way past most of the Carthage defense, but it's going to be ended up being swept away by Mitchell Corsten, who was back there. And Carthage will control deep in their own defensive half. Elmhurst putting lots of pressure on the Redmen, even with a 3-0 lead. Elmhurst looking for possibly their 4th goal. Emig getting around his defender. Emig's all alone, but his dribble was a little too far, and Huftelin did a great job of coming off his line to stop Emig. Boy, if Huftelin doesn't come off his line to get that, it's him one-on-one with Emig, and Emig usually wins that battle. Could have been 4-0, but a nice play by the Carthage keeper. Couple more subs for the Blue Jays coming in now. One for the Blue Jays, and one for the Redmen. Derek Dedman seeing his first action of the contest. Dedman will replace Michael DeLong. Michael DeLong will sit for the first time in this game. Carthage, Alexander Marquis back in. After playing in the first half, he replaces Stefano Dolomas. Throw-in will come from the far side. Check that. It was a foul on Elmhurst. Will instead be a free kick for the Redmen as they push numbers forward, trying to get on the board late in this game. Interesting to see. It is senior day. Wouldn't be surprised if later in the game, perhaps Elmhurst decides to bring in Nathaniel Power, also a senior goalkeeper for the Blue Jays, replacing Reglan, perhaps. Or maybe they'll let this be Reglan's game to play. We'll see what happens there. But with a 3-0 cushion, that's what happened last time. Last time the Blue Jays had this kind of a cushion. But now a shot by Emig. Oh, and Emig had Huftelin beat and just could not put it home. Check it out on the replay. Emig gets a beautiful ball in. Emig is all alone with the keeper, tried to flip it up over Huftelin, who got some good pressure, and Emig just couldn't quite put it home. It's like a chip in golf if you ever had one of those, if you ever played golf. Just one that you just don't quite hit right. You hit it a little thin, and it is just a little much too far for his intended place. And good idea by Emig. Great ball by the Elmhurst offense. And here's Huftelin coming out. Huftelin's going to beat Jordan Fletcher to the ball. Nice play by Huftelin. Arnaldo Reyes calling for the cross-field pass, but does not get it. It stays on the far side. Alexander Marquis battling, winning the throw-in. Marquis probably playing back to his defense, and it's Kevin Dombrowski. Give and go with Crane. Goes off of Deadman. Another throw in for the Redmen. Under 19 minutes to play. 3-0 Blue Jays. Nice play on the back heel pass, and Reglan may have to make the save. Cale Brown on the shot. What a great back heel pass here, as you'll see on the replay. Just a fantastic back heel pass to leave Cale Brown wide open towards the goal, but he shot the ball right into John Reglan's arms. Ryan Crane, I believe, on the back heel pass there, as he has moved up from his defensive midfielder role. That's John Reglan's 7th save of the game. And now Carthage will have another free kick. Here it comes. Reglan does not come off his line. It's headed in the air by Yarwood. Battling for it with him is Michael Dombrowski, and Dombrowski will hold Yarwood off the ball long enough to get the corner kick. But instead, first, we will have a sub. Corner kick comes in. It's headed by Witzowski, who got way up in the air for that one. Nice play by Andrew Witzowski to get that ball away and out of harm's way. Arnaldo Reyes once again hitting it towards Dombrowski. Battle in the box. A little bit more physical, and ball is cleared by the Blue Jays to Kevin Dombrowski. This ball lifted into the box. Dombrowski is there, and Reglan almost lost that one. Nice play by John Reglan as the ball was in by Kevin Dombrowski, looking for his brother Michael Dombrowski. And the forward, Michael, is able to pry the ball away from John Reglan ever so briefly, but Reglan was able to recover and make the save. So here's the ball up for Emig on the far side, but it's going to roll into the Elmhurst bench. So 8th save for Reglan on that nice play. 18 shots for Carthage, just Elmhurst 7. But 2 of Elmhurst's shots have gone in, and then you got to include the penalty kick as well. Does not count as an official shot. Stopping the clock now, as we lost the ball over the far sideline, and we're restarting here. 16 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the second half. 3-0. Blue Jays lead, as we will go through a couple more of those seniors. Christian Mullen, the defender, we've seen him all over the place. He's been so reliable for his senior and helping his senior goalkeeper, John Reglan, for all these years. Been such a key part of this Blue Jay defense, playing in the center mid. Or check that, maybe that's center back, I should say. Key part in the defense has allowed just 8 goals in 17 games this season. As that was Michael Dombrowski playing for Onato Reyes. Carthage player didn't make a run. Reyes thought he would, but instead, hanging back was Taylor Pignataro. So back to Mullen. In his 4 years, Mullen's played 66 games and has 4 goals, 2 assists, and 10 points, including a game winner. So a great career for Christian Mullen, playing his last game here at Langhorse Field, but he'll have at least one more in the CCIW tournament. Still no score in that Wheaton North Park contest in Chicago. Just three shots on goal total for the entire game in 78 minutes of play. 2 very good defensive teams. And, oh, it's a goal by Wheaton. Wheaton has pulled in front, just as I say that, on their 3rd shot on goal of the game. And so the Thunder now look to win the outright CCIW regular season title as they lead over the North Park Vikings 1-0. So as of right now, as it stands, the Blue Jays would travel to Chicago next Tuesday or Wednesday to face the Vikings. This is Josh Rudd, who's ready to take the throw in on the near side. Instead, he will leave off and Scott Johnson will take it. Usually it's Kading, and now Kading will be the one to take it. And we're going to stop the clock as the Blue Jays are taking just a little too long to get this throw in away. And Johnson will end up taking it anyway. Off to Kading. Johnson lifting one into the box. Header shot is blocked. Another shot is blocked, and another shot is blocked. Still pinballing around. And finally, the ball will be cleared by Nick Huftelin. This is Josh Rudd. Rudd sweeping around the defender, and there's a header shot. It goes off of the goalkeeper Huftelin, and he's able to make the save. Josh Rudd did a great job of getting that ball into the box, and then Mike Emig with the header. He got a lot on it, enough to make Huftelin misplay it, but Huftelin was able to get it before Jordan Fletcher had an opportunity to put the ball into the net. So a shot barrage all of a sudden from the Blue Jays. 4 shots in the last 30 seconds, bringing them up to 11 on the contest. 6 of them on frame. 3 saves made by Nick Huftelin of the Redmen. This is Brown on the near side. Cale Brown now putting a pass into the middle. Give and go possibly with Dombrowski. Dombrowski with a shot and a diving save by Reglan. Diving save by John Reglan as Michael Dombrowski was able to turn around to a stronger right foot and put a shot on goal. But Reglan, ever so reliable, able to make the save. Corner kick taken on the far side. Ball lifted into the box. Bunch of heads in the area, but it'll be a goal kick for Reglan after this substitution. Mike Emig heading out. Also looks like Nick Fetchy will head out. Replaced by Ryan Bigby and Michael DeLong. So Blue Jays going to a very new lineup as that's Mullen heading back to his fellow senior in Reglan. Mullen is very, very quick on the defense. He doesn't always get a chance to show off his speed being in a defensive position, but a couple of times today he's had to battle with Michael Dombrowski to the ball, and he seems to win just about every foot race. Christian Mullen, the senior, one of the seniors that was honored earlier today. Lifting the ball forward was Mullen. Now Mullen getting back. He has help from Yarwood. Yarwood heads it towards Mullen. Mullen will head it towards Derek Dedman, and Dedman will unconvincingly clear it towards midfield. Arnaldo Reyes tried to do a bicycle kick and whiffed on it. Ball cleared by Scott Johnson. So another senior that was honored today is Brett Stifler, starting at midfielder and forward. Co-leader, and the now in a tie for third, or a tied with two other players, I should say. 3 players total tied with 5 goals. Ranks third on the team in total points with 13. Named the CCIW Offensive Player of the Week earlier this season. Has career totals of 8 goals, 1 assist, and 17 points in 30 games for the Blue Jays. So Brett Stifler being honored on Senior Day. Bignataro laying to the near side. Reyes couldn't quite get to that one. Roll over the sideline for a Scott Johnson throw in. Another senior on the field in the middle of your screen, heading towards the right, walking up towards midfield is Andrew Witzowski, 4-year starter and letter winner for the Blue Jays in the midfield. 1 assist, helping the Blue Jay defense allow just 8 goals this year. One of the key players playing in a defensive midfielder role, as you can see on your screen, right now tracking Ryan Crane. This ball's lifted forward. Is Bigby going to get there first? He's battling with the younger Dombrowski, Kevin. Bigby wins it. Plays it back for Jeff Kading. Bigby and Kading both there. And I believe they end up losing the throw-in. And we're going to stop the clock here as perhaps some more talking to, perhaps a card, and it seems that the Elmhurst player just ran away for the referee, so maybe no talking to if the referee doesn't want to catch up with him. That one's won by the Blue Jays. Elmhurst will have a chance to throw it in, perhaps deep. It's going to be Kading with the throw-in. Witzowski, back to him, 72 games in his career with the Blue Jays. 3 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. But really in more of a defensive midfielder role. Here he is right now, Andrew Witzowski, lifting one that is well wide and given a goal kick to Nick Hoftelin. So the Blue Jays with this win, assuming the score stays as is with just over 8 minutes to play, will move to 11-4-3 overall, 4-2-1 in the CCIW. Their two losses, just 1 goal losses to North Park and Wheaton. So certainly in the thick of things in the CCIW tournament coming up next week. Blue Jays will try to avenge their 1-0 loss to North Park last Wednesday. Assuming that the score stays as it is in Chicago, 1-0 Wheaton. Steven Fernandez, the one scored there. One final senior to honor, and it's Nathaniel Power on the broadcast. We got to see. I'm interested to see if the coaching staff decides to put him in with a 3-goal cushion. Maybe take out Reglan, give him a little bit of a rest, and give Power some time on Senior Day. We'll see if that happens. It has not happened yet, as Reglan is still in the game in his highlighter yellow uniform off to our left. Hoftelin hits it with the outside of his foot, awaiting to kick it away, and there it is. Very deep kick. Traveled about 50 yards in the air, and Derek Dedman battling with the younger Dombrowski, Kevin. And the younger Dombrowski loses the throw-in to Elmhurst on the far sideline. Milliken still leading Augustana 1-0, but since this score is 3-0. It won't really matter for either of those teams, as both of those teams will be eliminated with the Elmhurst win, assuming the score stays as it is, as there's a foul on the Blue Jays. Check that, Milliken would get in as the 4, not as the Elmhurst. Elmhurst is the 3, and that's actually a foul on Carthage. So Blue Jays with a free kick on the far side. With that win, Milliken would get in. Augustana would need a two goals in under 7 minutes to propel themselves into the tournament. Kading with the long kick goes all the way to Huftelin, and it's saved. Reyes playing for Dombrowski. The give and go to Reyes is intercepted by Bigby. Carthage is forced to play back and possess with their defense. Adam Gatza playing in the center back role is also into the game for Carthage. That pass intercepted by Kading. Dropped off to Derek Dedman. Dedman with lots of options. Now looking forward for Josh Rudd, but his pass curls a little too much. Rudd did not feel the need to go after that one. Middle of the field, Taylor Pignataro looking for Tristan Panic. Panic takes a long shot that ends up just in the arms of John Reglan. Easy save for the Elmhurst keeper. 3-0 Blue Jays. Less than 5 minutes to play on Senior Day, and there is Nathaniel Power getting ready to check in for Elmhurst. That pass headed away. Mullen actually avoided it. Ended up going to Yarwood. Yarwood called him off. Here's Michael Dombrowski taking a left-footed shot that goes through the uprights. John Reglan gets a huge round of applause. And the new goalie in for the Blue Jays is Nathaniel Power. Nathaniel Power, number 1 for the Blue Jays, is 3-year letter winner, has served as a reserve goalkeeper for the most part because John Reglan has just been absolutely outstanding. But nonetheless, Power has had a very good run with the Blue Jays, 1.19 goals against average and 6 saves. 2-0 career record in goal, as the Blue Jay reserve keeper has combined with John Reglan on a couple of shutouts thus far this season. So glad he is into the game. 3 minutes and 12 seconds to play. And Nathaniel Power in the game as John Reglan will sit. And last game at Langhorse Field, you got to think if you're the Blue Jays. And play on, says the referee. And now the whistle will be blown as Woodzowski was fouled. Lifted up by Kading towards Bigby. Bigby tried to play it back for Jordan Fletcher, but it was played well by Kevin Dombrowski. Now lifting it forward for his brother Michael. Mullen heads it down and away and then cleared by himself. What a great play by Mullen to head it to himself into the ground. Michael DeLong slaps that one off of Brown. And Mullen able to clear it there. Witzowski playing to the far side, and Jordan Fletcher. He has Bigby to his right. Bigby's now going to run down the sideline as Fletcher makes his run. Fletcher looking for Bigby now, and Bigby has it. Cutting to the inside towards his left foot. Converged by a couple of defenders, and then it'll be a corner kick. Corner kick taken short played around with in the corner, and then eventually a goal kick for Nick Huftelin. So 3-0 Blue Jays. The Blue Jays with the win, 11-4-3 on the season, 4-2-1 in the CCIW, and will be the 3rd seed in the CCIW tournament next weekend. I believe they will, and as of right now, it looks like they will face North Park. The 4 teams in the tournament will be the number 1 seeded Milliken, as that's a shot taken. Huftelin has to play it out of bounds. It was Michael DeLong for Elmhurst on the shot. 5th save for Nick Huftelin. Reglan made 10 saves before heading out in lieu of Nathaniel Power, the other senior, with now just under a minute to play. Blue Jays with a very dominant performance here today. Although Carthage did outshoot them, the majority of the good chances came by way of Elmhurst. There were a couple of very good chances for the Redmen. They just could not quite convert on them. Ball lifted forward. Not very well played by the keeper Huftelin, but Bigby wasn't hustling either way. So Huftelin able to get away with a little bit of a misplay there. With 30 seconds left, Blue Jays will be victorious. It'll be 2 wins for the Elmhurst College soccer teams today. The women winning earlier on a goal with 5 seconds left in regulation to break a scoreless tie. Emily Heimerdinger scored that one, as we're now down to 10. Corner kick will be taken, and it's going to be Nathaniel Power who gloves it as time expires. The Blue Jays have won. Elmhurst wins this one by a score of 3-0, and with the win, the Blue Jays are going to advance to the CCIW tournament and be the number 3 seed, as they will take on North Park on the road. So the Blue Jays, a 3-0 win. Michael DeLong, penalty kick in the 31st minute. Josh Rudd, just a minute and 5 seconds into the second half, scored off an assist from Brad Yarwood and Jeff Kading. And then Yarwood got a goal of his own, his second of the season, unassisted, as he just blasted a shot home from close range. I'd like to thank everybody who contributed to the broadcast, our executive producer, Kevin Jude, Glenn Liljeberg, and Greg Rassol. I'd like to thank you all for your great work today and on this triple header. And the Blue Jays are victorious. Both soccer teams are victorious. This has been Elmhurst College men's soccer. Your final score, Elmhurst 3, Carthage 0.